Hey friends, welcome to the channel. Today we're diving into the fascinating and crucial topic of learning. Learning has always been one of the main superpowers anyone can have in life. The ability to learn effectively is a foundational skill that can significantly impact every aspect of our lives, yet it remains a meta skill that isn't commonly taught. Before we delve into more, remember to subscribe and hit the notifications bell to stay updated with information that will give you tons of value. Understanding how to learn is crucial, as it can make a tremendous difference in both personal and professional contexts. For example, mastering the skill of learning during medical school can lead to more efficient studying, which in turn can free up valuable time for other endeavors such as starting a business or launching a YouTube channel. This efficiency can translate into better work-life balance and increased opportunities for growth and exploration. Even after formal exams are no longer a part of life, the necessity of continuous learning remains essential. Constantly improving skills, whether in creating YouTube content or managing a business, involves ongoing learning. In the rapidly changing world we live in, staying updated and acquiring new skills is vital for maintaining relevance and achieving long-term success. This video presents 9 evidence-based tips to help anyone learn faster and more effectively. Let's dive in and explore these transformative strategies. Wait! But before we do, be sure to subscribe and hit the notifications bell so that you will always stay up to date with content that gives you tons of value. Tip number 1 is to sharpen the axe. This idea comes from a quote often attributed to Abraham Lincoln, who said, "If I had 6 hours to chop down a tree, I'd spend the first 4 sharpening the axe." This emphasizes the importance of preparation. When studying for an exam, for instance, reading a book like Make It Stick, or checking out Ali Abdaal's Skillshare class on evidence-based study techniques can be incredibly beneficial. Preparation sets the foundation for more efficient learning by equipping you with the right tools and strategies. Similarly, if you're learning to play the guitar or master chess, spending time understanding how to learn these skills will pay off. For instance, participating in forums like the Learn Piano subreddit to understand how to play the piano by ear can greatly accelerate the learning process. Investing time in preparation, such as understanding the best techniques and methods, can make the actual learning process much smoother and more efficient. By sharpening the axe, you ensure that your efforts are not wasted and that you can achieve your goals more effectively and with less frustration. Tip number 2 is to use crutches to optimize focus. It's tempting to multitask while learning, such as practicing guitar while watching TV, but this divided attention can hinder effective learning. Full focus on the task helps the brain to absorb information more effectively. When we try to multitask, our brain is forced to switch between different activities, which can reduce the quality of learning and increase the time it takes to master a skill. One practical technique to combat the difficulty of starting a task is the 5-minute rule. If starting a task feels challenging, commit to doing it for just 5 minutes. Often, this initial effort can lead to a desire to continue working beyond those first 5 minutes. This technique leverages the power of inertia. Once you start, it's easier to keep going. Additionally, eliminating distractions like putting the phone away can significantly enhance concentration on the task at hand. Creating an environment conducive to focused work is essential for optimizing learning and achieving better results. Setting up a dedicated study or practice space can help signal to your brain that it's time to focus, making it easier to get into the zone. The third tip is to find opportunities for immersion. A book called Ultra Learning by Scott Young highlights the importance of immersion, particularly in language learning. The general principle is that skills are best learned in the environment where they will be used. For example, when learning to cook, practicing recipes in the kitchen where the skill will be applied is crucial. Watching cooking tutorials can be helpful, but actually preparing meals regularly, especially for friends or family, significantly enhances culinary skills more effectively than just observing. Immersion creates a context-rich environment that reinforces learning by providing immediate, practical applications for new skills. For language learners, this might mean traveling to a country where the language is spoken or engaging in conversations with native speakers. The more you immerse yourself in the environment where the skill is relevant, the faster and more effectively you will learn. Immersion not only accelerates the learning process, but also makes it more enjoyable and engaging, as you can immediately see the practical benefits of your efforts. Tip number 4 is to identify weak links and drill them. For instance, if a student struggles with mathematics, focusing intensively on that subject can help. Dedicating time to tackle the weakest areas, such as spending a day working on algebra problems, can turn a weakness into a strength. The key is to regularly assess which topics would be the most challenging if an exam were tomorrow, and then prioritize studying those areas. This approach ensures that learning is efficient and targeted towards the most difficult subjects, leading to overall improvement. By confronting and working through our weaknesses, we can transform them into strengths and achieve a more balanced skill set. This method also builds confidence, as overcoming challenging areas can make other aspects of learning feel more manageable. Regularly assessing and addressing weak points ensures continuous progress and prevents small gaps in knowledge from becoming larger obstacles. Tip number 5 is to test yourself, a method known as active recall in the study world. We learn not by merely putting information into our brains, but by actively retrieving it. Testing yourself on the material rather than just reading it helps solidify your knowledge. For instance, instead of summarizing textbook content, actively recalling the information ensures it sticks better. This technique leverages the power of active engagement with the material, which strengthens memory retention and understanding. Regular self-testing can dramatically enhance the learning process by making information more accessible in our long-term memory. Creating flashcards, taking practice quizzes, or even teaching the material to someone else can be effective ways to practice active recall. The more you practice retrieving information, the more embedded it becomes in your memory, making it easier to recall when needed. Tip number 6 is to seek intense feedback quickly. Feedback helps us learn by highlighting what we're doing wrong and how to improve. Early on, we might need encouragement to stay motivated. But as we get more serious about learning, constructive feedback becomes crucial. A coach, for example, provides real-time feedback that can significantly enhance your learning process. Receiving and acting on feedback allows us to make necessary adjustments and improvements more rapidly. The faster we can identify and correct our mistakes, the quicker we can improve and master new skills. Feedback can come from various sources, including teachers, peers, mentors, or even self-assessment tools. Embracing feedback as a positive and necessary part of the learning process can lead to faster and more effective mastery of new skills. Tip number 7 involves overlearning, delving deeper than necessary. Always ask why things work the way they do. Whether in medicine or music, understanding the underlying principles rather than just memorizing guidelines leads to a deeper, more flexible knowledge base. Overlearning encourages curiosity and a deeper exploration of the subject matter, which can result in a more robust and adaptable understanding. This deeper level of comprehension allows us to apply our knowledge more effectively in different contexts and situations. For example, a musician who understands music theory in addition to playing techniques will be better equipped to improvise and create original compositions. Similarly, a doctor who understands the underlying mechanisms of diseases can make more informed decisions in patient care. Overlearning ensures that your knowledge is not just superficial but deeply rooted and versatile. Tip number 8 is spacing. Spaced repetition combats the forgetting curve, ensuring we retain information over time. Using apps like Anki, which applies spaced repetition, can revolutionize your learning process. Regularly revisiting material at spaced intervals helps transfer knowledge into long-term memory. Spacing out study sessions rather than cramming all at once enhances retention and understanding. This method ensures that information is reviewed just as it is about to be forgotten, reinforcing the memory and making it more durable. The spacing effect helps prevent the loss of knowledge over time and makes it easier to recall information when needed. By incorporating spaced repetition into your study routine, you can improve your ability to retain and retrieve information, leading to better long-term outcomes. Finally, tip number 9 is to teach what you're learning. Teaching forces you to clarify and solidify your understanding. You don't need to be an expert. Teaching others as you learn can be incredibly effective. Documenting your learning process and sharing it helps reinforce your own knowledge. When you explain concepts to others, you reinforce your own understanding and identify any gaps in your knowledge. Teaching transforms passive knowledge into active, usable information and can greatly enhance your mastery of a subject. You can teach in various ways, such as tutoring, creating educational content, or simply discussing the material with friends. The act of teaching not only helps solidify your understanding, but also allows you to contribute to others' learning journeys. If you enjoyed this video, you might like books such as Make It Stick and Ultra Learning. These books offer valuable insights and practical strategies for enhancing your learning abilities. You can find summaries of these books on short form, linked in the description. For more on effective learning techniques, check out my other video on active recall. Thank you for watching, don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.